Good morning and welcome to another edition of Wake Up with YPN. This morning we have a very special guest. Next week, ICAR is hosting the Homeownership Seminar presented by the Iowa Finance Authority. The seminar is going to be hosted in partnership with the Greater Iowa City Area HBA, the Johnson County Affordable Home Coalition, and we'll be covering all the different types of programs and resources that the Iowa Finance Authority has available for our clients and members in the public who may not think that home ownership is for them. So today we have Rhonda Kimble. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Rhonda?
I can. Good morning. Thank you for having me join you this morning. As she said, I'm Rhonda Kimble, and I am the director of the Single Family Department here at Iowa Finance Authority. And my history of my career has worn many hats in the mortgage industry, and I've been able to take that knowledge and bring it over here to Iowa Finance Authority to help improve our process and efficiencies for not only our home buyers, but also our lending partners and our realtor partners.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And we want to remind everyone, if you do have any questions that you want to ask while we're kind of chatting this morning, go ahead and put those in the comment section. Or if you're watching this video later, feel free to put them in the comment section and we will reach back out to Rhonda and get those answered for you if we don't have the answers. So let's get started. So for those that don't know, what is the Iowa Finance Authority?
The Iowa Finance Authority was created in 1975, and initially it was the state's, we are still the only state housing finance agency, but it was to undertake programs to assist in home ownership for low to moderate home buyers. It has since evolved. We're in your community in many facets. We have homeownership programs, we have rental programs, we have homelessness assistance programs, we have beginning farmers, we have water quality, we work with developers. I mean, the list just goes on. So you'd be really surprised at how much we are in your communities across the state, not only there in Johnson County, but across the state. And I can tell you, for home buyers, we have assisted over 55,000 home buyers in our history, and it just continues to grow. And so we look forward to seeing where it takes us.
That's so awesome and great to hear. And I was just at the grocery store the other day at Fairway, and she was bringing my groceries out, and she's like, "I hope to someday own a home." And I'm like, "Oh, you will." There's so many people that like that. So it's good to, have you on today and, more educate us realtors, educate the public. Everyone, can find a place to purchase a home that fits for them and their needs. So it's awesome to have you guys with us. What is your role there? And you told us a little bit about your background with banking, but what is your specific role?
So again, I'm the director of the Single Family Department. And what we do is we work with lending partners across the state. And our team here, we actually review files that come in. And what we're looking for is we're not actually underwriting. A lot of people think that we do underwrite, but we don't. But what we're looking for is, do the borrowers meet that income limit, purchase price limit? And then if they are a first-time home buyer, do they meet that first-time home buyer status?
Perfect. Let's see. I got one more question for you. So next week, we do have the home ownership seminar, which we're super excited about. Can you tell us a little bit more like what to expect? There's people that are kind of interested in it, maybe on the fence. What is it that they can expect to hear about?
Next week we'll be diving into more about what our programs are. We have a couple of first mortgage programs, but we also have 2 down payment and closing cost assistance. One is a grant of $2,500, and it's just that, a grant. And there's also a second loan option, and that's up to $5,000. And then for those military members that meet the eligibility service date, there's also a $5,000 grant, and we do still have funding on that. So really, if you have a military member, for an example, and say they wanted to use the Plus grant and the military, they could be looking at $7,500 in down payment and closing costs as a grant combined.
Wow.
Yes, yes. And if they wanted to take, maybe they need a little bit more money down, maybe that's, what's going to be best for them financially. They could also be looking at that $5,000 military member grant and the second loan option and get up to $10,000. So we do have grants and down payment options for many.
Yeah. And I think this program or seminar next week would be great for a lot of realtors, because that's how you can get your clients in the best situation for them. The more we know, the more we can help, things like that. I know it's kind of off the cuff, but how can we help our clients, our buyers get in contact with you? Is it the website, or where do we direct them? And I know you'll tell us more next week, but for those that maybe can't get on next week that are on now or can see this a little bit later, what's the first step?
Really, I will tell you, it's probably going to be to visit our website at iowafinance.com. And we do have a link to find lenders in your area. And we do have a realtor profile, and we're going to talk about that next week also, and how you can get on there. Because I will tell you, there's a lot of business that people, do receive from being on our website, but we want to have folks who've worked with IFA and know. So we do work with our lending partners across the state. There's a link to find one of the lending partners right there in Johnson County and in surrounding areas. And that's really the first place to start. They actually do the originating, the processing, the underwriting, and the closing. They do work with us because we do need to look at that file prior to closing as well as post-closing. But that's really the best place that's going to be to start.
Start there, yep. And then we'll find you guys and a partner in the area, which would be a lender partner that also supports that, which I have one off the top of my head that does a great job. She's always posted on Facebook, and that's how I knew about the military grant. I want to say the right thing here, type thing. So wonderful. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to share this morning? We've covered quite a bit, and I know we've got next week to cover more, but anything yet this morning that I missed?
Whitney, not really. I wouldn't say that you missed, but just another little of what we'll learn and how and what we've done. We have really been working to improve our efficiencies and processes and dispel some of the myths that are out there.
Okay.
Being IFA takes too long and we hold up closings. That is simply not true.
Okay.
We've been running about 24 hours for our review time. It can occasionally go, 48, but for the most part, the majority are reviewed in 24 hours. So we don't take a long time. We've really made some, like I said, efficiencies and processes. And we'll go through next week where you can find some of that information as well to help make your lives easier.
Wonderful. Well, that's good to hear. It's a great thing to share with us because as realtors, we're going 100 miles an hour. We want everyone in their home tomorrow, things like that. So we understand. So yeah, with the 24, 48-hour process time, appraisals, all the things take time. So that's good to know. Yeah. All right. Well, I just want to remind everyone that it's next week, March 23rd. It's a Tuesday at noon. Go ahead and jump on with us. You can register at the iCar website. You do get one CE for that. So sounds like there's a ton of information to be shared next week, and it'd be exciting. And we'll learn a little bit about how to maybe get on a website, bring some traffic in, which never hurts. So thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope the snow falls and melts and disappears quickly.
I agree. And thank you so much for the opportunity to join you this morning.
Yes, it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.